You're listening to Radio Theater for Your Soul with your host, Shanice C.L. Coleman.
So, does anyone want to know what Radio Theater for Your Soul is really all about?
Yep.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Okay, well, great. I will tell you. In a nutshell, it's all about storytelling and storytellers, featuring unique voices, the written and or unwritten words during this 1-hour broadcast. This is live in-studio presentation. On some weeks, it might be live recorded presentation. Internet radio is our global stage. It is theater without the barrier of a wall, a place where everything is possible. Freedom. If you tuned in last week, you definitely got a taste of what freedom sounds like as the storyteller celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the spirit of his powerful legacy. Today, we take you on a musical journey with MTG 360.
That's right.
A jazz ensemble that began in the mid-1980s and developed out of the Texas Southern University Jazz Ensemble and People's Workshop headed by Professor Howard Harris. Now, for you music heads out there, Kurt Whalum and Frank Lacey were classmates with some of the members of MTG 360. In fact, there were several notable musicians who came out of TSU. Talented, skillful, undeniable excellence is how I describe these storytellers. My anticipation is that you will be moved beyond entertainment, and my expectation is that you will find yourself inside one of these stories. Gathered around the mic are the featured storytellers of MTG 360 who will introduce themselves individually. We have
David Wendell Boykins. I'm the spoken word artist.
Annabelle on vocals.
Douglas Morgan, percussion, drums, and founding member.
Adrian Turner on bass.
Wonderful, wonderful. Listeners, I'm so excited to have these storytellers share their gifts today. This is the Quartet. There is a larger ensemble, but today we have the Quartet. Without further ado, this is MTG 360.
You have turned on in me the need for a touch, for your voice to touch my conscience, for your heart to touch my mind, for your thoughts to touch my perception. I will wait for you to want me like I want you. I will wait for you to dance with me on more occasions than in a sonnet theme, in a field of dandies, fluttering in the breeze. I am the candle on the shelf, keeping lit the fragrance of almonds in our minds. I see the shadow of curiosity kissing the light of this night, quietly giving shape to dreams. Can you see the glimmer within me? The power of the Zulu spirit surrounding me? The flame converges with reality, mystically coercing the temple open. Soul to soul, sail with me. Along the cosmic light waves, our souls might stream. I see you in the impressions of candlelight. Come to me. I want to touch you. To feel that which is pure to me. To hold that which is powerful to me. To kiss that which is perfect to me. I will wait for you. I will wait for you. I will wait for you.
Nice. That was Diaspora, and it speaks to the awareness of African people of all shades, indeed all people of color, and their struggles from the continent of Africa and throughout the world. And the poem, I'm going to let David speak on the poem.
Yeah, one of the concepts with MTG 360, when Daryl Morgan came to me to add poetry or sound to the music, was to find music that kind of spoke to some of the things that I'd already had written. And this song, with the African roots and what have you that it had, just kind of spoke to me as far as like black relationships and our longing for that one to love that we really want to spend the rest of our lives with. So it just kind of matched. It just kind of came together.
It matched. It matched. And what do we have next?
Right now we're going to do a rendition of one of the book songs, Angel Eyes. People may know about that one. And I guess we just go ahead and get into it.
Go ahead and get into it. I know it's longing for a love that is no longer physically present. That's what you guys told me. I love it. But one that lingers on in the mind and heart. All right. Angel Eyes it is. MTG 360.
Try to think love's not around. Still it's uncomfortably near. My poor heart ain't gaining any ground, 'cause my angel eyes see near. Angel eyes that old devil sent, they grow unbearably dry. need I say my love's misspent, misspent with angel eyes tonight.
Love games leave some slain in the abyss of web chains, and bloodstains on my memory made me maintain a perimeter. I had a chest plate and headgear, a metal tip for my wooden spear, a forked tongue and eyes that glimpsed red. Then I met you and all was at ease. In your eyes I saw the man I wanted to be. But we are bound by the truth, and on our souls it jerks, going through our minds it hurts. So I'm forced to open my eyes because I am no fool. You've wrapped me up in this spool, using my truth as a tool to crank me up inside your machine. And I don't recognize who I am because it's been a long time since I've been this naive. But I believe if I planted the seed of trust, you would see the man in me. If I came out from behind guarded walls, for only the meek protect themselves so thoroughly. Walk with me and tell me if you see what I see when I let you in. I guess all of the callers on my phone you did not know, all of the wishes that knocked on my door you did not know. So to you I was a little boy standing naked in the weather because I didn't know any better. I've only been naked for you. I guess to you my coming clean with my thoughts to your silence was a reminding thing of your female prowess over my manly cowardice, and yet you are the only person I have ever spoken to. I guess to you I'm nothing more than a distraction, an action that keeps your mind from being where you wish to be. I ask you, when you look in my eyes, do you see who you want to see? I can't be who you want me to be. Yeah, I've tried to ride this honesty slide and put my pride to the side, but honesty lied, I tell you, honesty lied when it described the gentle kiss of spirit side by side. So now there are more bloodstains on my memory. I'm on my way back to my perimeter to blow the dust off the chest plate and headgear, to find that metal tip for that wooden spear, and I will plant no more seeds. Because trust is not what grew. No matter how strong I have to be open with you, all you see is a weakling standing before you.
Pardon me, but I've got to run. The facts uncommonly clear. I've got to find who's now my number one. Why do I sit here? And why do I sit here? Excuse me while I listen.
That was Angel Eyes. This is MTG 360 here live in the studio of Radio Theater for Your Soul. Very nice. And that poem, David, do you want to speak on that poem for us?
Well, as it kind of says, I was pretty upset when I wrote that poem. A past relationship that I just had to speak on, and it was from a real relationship. There's nothing else I can say but what was said, you know.
What was said. And the title of that poem?
The title of that poem is Unwanted.
Unwanted, and we just heard Angel Eyes.
And then, by the way, we always get props, must give props to the writers of such classics. The music is by Matt Dennis, and the lyrics are by Earl Brent.
Yes.
Shout out to those
Shout
souls
out to those souls.
of the
Yeah.
leaders.
And that's Annabelle's voice you're hearing right now that just gave that credit right there.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You're
Annabelle.
welcome.
We have next, I believe the piece is Midnight. Who wants to speak on Midnight?
Midnight is a poem that I wrote several years ago, and it actually came about after there was some black-white issues that was happening. It had something that happened in Jasper, Texas during that time, and it just caused me to write this poem. But the poem that I ended up putting out, although I understood that we had racism and hatred, it still kind of pertained to talking to my people.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
We got people talking to the establishment and the speaking towards the hatred, but I still wanted to speak towards my people. So.
All right, and we will let you speak towards your people, and we are featuring the percussion with D. Lewis Morgan, and this is David Wendell Boykin. This is Midnight.
Slow down, calm the flow down. For my G's, I want to be down, but they don't come round. They can't be found. When the shit hit the click, I flip the clip and the slip of the chopper and my life turned. But that's not where I want to go with this flow. Sipping on inferiority because you don't know that you can grow with me. Stay whole with me. Keep your mind wide for the goal with me, because we don't love we. You see, we can't find the creation tree, the key to you and me. Yet I bet if I set the knowledge down in front of you, you would pass it by like you ignore the sky. The habitual dismissal of the should-be conceptual is the limit of this hurting man's perceptual daymares. Intellectual mislead the babies to mistrust, to misbelieve that their skin is miscolored, their pride misplaced, our people misraced. I try to see why my blackness blames me for the guns in the street our women use like meat, our hair burned straight of kink, our skin being doused with bleach to resemble they who have to drag us in the street 3 miles until our hairs come off to prove that they hate us. But I say, stop the violence. Stop the violence. All I want is silence, but there is no silence because gangs bring on sirens. Guns bring on sirens. Hate brings on sirens. Rape brings on sirens. Sirens bring on more sirens, and there will be sirens. And Anubis will play his violin till this world ends, until we can pass my men with their sly grins and their hands up on my ends and be like, I'm not doing this shit no more. I'm not killing my man just to even the score. That's why I gotta slow down. Calm the flow down. For my G's, I want to be down. It's just that I don't know if we've ever known true love. How could we when we are blinded by the symbolism and capitalism, hypocrisyism, Jasper Texasism, Eric Garnerism? How can we when our sisters are raped by their mate and left with child and no support? When our brothers are laid in their graves, no charges filed, it never makes it to court. See, I'm not hating on anybody. I'm just angry, y'all. We're the ones dying in them prisons, y'all. Our mothers, daughters, and sisters are standing on the corner breastfeeding their babies, y'all. Although darkness embodies all light and knowledge, although darkness is the absorption of history's mileage, we stand blinded by the moon. I gotta slow down. Calm the flow down. Because for my G's, I'm going to be down. It's just so hard when we are spinning in between times and are blinded by the night. Midnight.
Midnight. Nice, 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 nice.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing it.
Ah.
Really?
I thought you shared with me everything.
I try.
See, we have pieces that the whole quartet have not done together.
Yeah, I guess so. That's right. You
Look,
probably haven't heard it, huh?
Shout out to my husband. Oh, okay.
All right, for midnight. So, do you want to say anything else about that?
No.
This is Dave.
I'd be interested to see if anybody calls in, what people are thinking about that. I mean, I haven't done that poem for a large audience before, so.
Well, you have a worldwide audience right now,
That's
so
what's up.
bookmark that midnight, what you just heard. We're going to circle back around to that when we get to the second half. And on the percussion with that was D. Lewis Morgan, who is the founding member, one of the founding members of MTG 360. And that was David Wendell Boykin again as the poet. Mm-hmm. The next piece that we are going to hear is Playtime.
On the carousel have all gone out. Our playtime's over. Well, there's one way out alone. The prize that you want for me has disappeared. Someone's new discovery, gift wrapped tears for years. La 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 la. We spun round and round and round, and now stand still. Hear the sound, the sound, the sound, the sound of feeling. Merrily we rolled along, pretending to have fun. Carefully I sing this song, intending not to come undone. I wish I could run off and hide, just like a child. It seems what's good often dies. I was beguiled for a while. And your Valentine's for sure, a lucky girl I claim to be, but now I'm sure not of his world. Merrily we rolled along, pretending to have fun. Carefully I sing this song, intending not to come undone.
Memories of a love past, so difficult to see. Been sour the future, foreseen by me. The pain of love gone, the agony within, the sting of the beginning, so will be the end. How can I be free from this agony I see? We may live the root, she may die the tree. Love's framed in sadness, happy pictures unknown. I ponder scenes for centuries as I sit here alone.
Playtime was my only friend. I understood the way he played. Merrily we rode along, pretending to have fun. Carefully I sing a song, intending not to come down. On the carousel, lights on the carousel, lights on the carousel, lights on.
That was Playtime. Very nice. MTG 360. You just heard the lovely, lovely vocals of Annabelle, and who was holding it down on the bass? Adrian Turner. What?
My man.
What?
He's all right. And he's cute, too.
It was lovely.
But that's another story. You guys can't see him. But I'm just trust me. Would you like to know the story behind
Tell us the story behind it, Annabelle.
Playtime actually was the first song I ever wrote. The typical relationship drama. Guys and girls go through the same thing, and no matter what you guys say, we go through the same thing. So anyway, it was a situation where I was hanging out with this guy. We were having fun, and some people call it flings, things light. But, deep down inside, it's not light. You feel. I'm a Cancerian like you, and we just discovered we have the same birthday.
We have the same birthday.
So I feel everything like Madame Butterfly. Like the lady stabbing.
Oh, don't talk about it.
So, but he was more of a, he was a cat. He was a jazz cat. You know how that was, and that was in New York City, so nobody's trying to get serious, I learned my lesson afterwards, but while I was going through it, I was very vulnerable, and I just put pen to paper, and I write a lot of poetry anyway, and I just thought, I'm just going to make this out of a song to get me through this, and so I will not name names, but
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't. But he knows who he is. And he better not try to get any kind of credit out of this song. It's not going to be an Adele type situation or anything like that. But that's Playtime. So it's about we spun round and round and round. Now stand still and hear the sound of feelings. Silence is feelings.
Yes, it is.
You know how that
Silence
is?
Speaks louder than words.
That's exactly what that is. So it's called Playtime. So exactly, it's a play upon the word playtime. It's not really playtime, is it? Something else. So
wonderful. That was beautiful.
So now you know.
David, do you want to say anything about?
That's interesting. I didn't know that was your first song because this is actually like my first poem that I ever wrote. Yeah. Wow. Well, I take that back. No. I'm lying. It's not my first poem, but it is the first poem that I wrote when I understood what I wanted to try to convey. Right. Like I had done some stuff in school and stuff like that while I'm sitting there. I was supposed to be listening to the teacher, but I'm writing poetry. Right. And those, I don't even pick those up. But this was like the first poem. It was like, this is what I really want to say. Mm-hmm. And this was the first poem that I was able to do that with. So, hey, that's something.
Isn't that wonderful?
Our first.
Wow.
Coming together.
It's our baby.
Okay, well, that was...
Playtime, and the poem was Foreseen by Me.
Foreseen by Me. So callers, we're going to have you call in about 10 minutes. We want to hear a little bit more from MTG 360. So if you're calling now, just hold on. It'll be about 10 minutes. You can call back in 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. The next piece we're going to hear is Pop Art.
Mm-hmm.
Pop Art. I just got the okay for Pop Art.
And I'll just say fasten your seatbelt.
Fasten your seatbelts. Fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. Pop Art, MTG 360, live right here on Radio Theater for Your Soul.
Come on. Yeah. Let's take a ride. Let's cruise down the road of my lifetime. It's funny that to record things completely, eyes closed as to organize the thoughts neatly. Like sometimes to calm down and relax, we make the lights dim, like blowing out the ether lamp so as not to expose the film. So like I said, I'm cruising with my eyes closed. I experienced ghetto-style pros and 20-inch momos on drop-top benzos. My lips fit to call my women hoes, and I ride like on tippy toes by cream-colored condos. Turn the funk down, yo. Can't be disturbing these Gentile folk. They might call the po-pos. I'm cruising along pothole confusions, bruising my mental, misusing my dental, verbalizing miseducated rentals that somebody told me. Thinking I'd be alright with that smite, alright with the might that comes from being one of the masses, then past my entourage. A congregated mirage, snakes garbed in black camouflage to infiltrate my memory. Can it be? I'm sinking in the abyss of negative thinking, blinking, I can't see, oh yeah, that's right. I closed my eyes when I started riding down this busy street. Everybody else is bumping into me, ain't that something they can't see? Cause at the eyes, everybody else look just like me. So we can't see the spies, we can't see the lies disguised as U.S. apple pies. Useless tries to stand on high in a land that cries rosy bloodline. Every once in a while I'll pull to the curb and try to figure out which crossroads to take. I've staked out my brother to keep out his game. I've run through the gutter trying to find my real name, and the pain that came to rain maintains a conscience far from sane. I was slain, I tell you, I was contained. The chains, bloodstained, remain. But just the same, we know the man, we know the goal, we know the plan. But I think he's trying to remind us of what I think we've forgotten. Like that spot on Master's Lot when we were picking cotton. I think we've let it slide the days they vlogged my sun-baked hide. I think we've let it rest those fire hoses pumping 100 gallons per second, blistering my mother's breath. I think we've let it be those innocent nights in the state penitentiary. I think we've put to bed those nightsticks cracking right in his head. They want to hit bed, man. Forget this stuff, man. I wants to be cruising. And I'm not trying to see no Black Lives Matter or get out to vote signs. I'm hoodwinked by drugs and painted gang signs. I'll be fine. Just give me my wine and a pound of some potent pine. Then I'll be high. Too high to hear Trayvon's mamas cry. Too high to hear my blackness stand up and ask why. Cause I'll be cruising, yes, I'll be cruising. And I'll be cruising high all day. Cause I'm a black man high with his eyes closed, just cruising his life away.
That was pop art. Y'all wasn't ready. Y'all wasn't ready. They just brought it with pop art.
It's too early for that.
And that piece, it speaks to the present moment creativity, natural art that life has to offer each and every moment. That was pop art. I'm going to push them right forward into their last piece, Slumber, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. I see you callers. I see you calling already. So we're going right into Slumber. This is MTG 360 Live.
So sweet is the sound of
Thank you for listening. We'll be right back.
At Edible Arrangements of Farmington, we want your birthday, anniversary, and even your last-minute gifts to be as perfect as you do. Our fresh fruit arrangements and gourmet chocolate-dipped fruit boxes are perfect for every occasion. To order, call us today at 248-888-9676. That's 248-888-9676. Or visit our location in Farmington, Michigan. We're open 7 days a week. We accept out-of-state orders, and we also offer same-day delivery and pickup service. And now receive 10% off any order when you use the code Storyteller. Some exclusions may apply. See store for more details. You're listening to Radio Theater for Your Soul, where storytellers gather around the mic.
Welcome back to Radio Theater for Your Soul, right here on AccelerateDradio.net. I'm your host, Shanice C.L. Coleman, also known as Courageous Love. And you just heard the smooth sounds and truth-telling music, vocals, and spoken word of MTG 360 gathered right here around the mic. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Shani.
Yes.
You're welcome. Now, please tell our listeners where they can hear you next.
Daryl, father.
Daryl is D. Morgan.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Okay,
Daryl.
Well, let's see. What do we have coming up? We're looking at it's a place in downtown Los Angeles called Artshare, LA. And we'll be opening there April 29th as a residency.
Wonderful.
Correct, Annabelle? Yeah.
Wonderful.
And we'll be there on a monthly basis performing our production called Prime Spirit Jazz and Dance. Prime Spirit Jazz and Dance.
Yeah, the and Prime Spirit has a whole dance element to it, where we have Quayla Ross is our lead dancer, and we've had different interpretation of that, which is beautiful to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, modern dance, modern contemporary dance.
Wonderful. And do you have a website, or how can the listeners reach you? Facebook, or how do we get you?
They can find us on. We have a website, mtg360.com, and you can look us up on Facebook by MTG360 on Facebook. We also have a couple of clips of us on YouTube, where you can see us doing a little bit more with the dance and with the singing. So you can look us up by MTG360 on YouTube. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And I will say the choreographer Quayla, who's aesthetically just beautiful, and she is I believe she's definitely a student of Lula Washington. If people are not aware of Lula Washington, please look her up. Quayla is like a leading dancer for Lula Washington. That shows you how good she is, and it's a vision to behold. And she usually has a couple of other dancers with her, and a guy. She's the Queen Q, I call
Francisco
her.
and
Queen Quayla. Yeah, two
Vivian.
gentlemen.
If it was up to me, she would be dancing over here just so that we can watch her.
Whatever. Anyway.
Lula Washington.
That's wonderful, and I just want to let the callers know the phone lines are now open. You can call us at 310-910-9676. That's 310-910-9676, extension 1. We might be able to take at least one caller if you'd like to share a thought or say hello to the storytellers today, the MTG 360. And while we're waiting for the callers, I would love for somebody to tell us what MTG 360 stands for.
Dad.
MTG stands
and
for...
And who's speaking?
This is Daryl Lewis Morgan, the drummer percussionist, one of the founding members. And it's acronym letters for Music of the God, and along with 360, which is annual year-round, sort of like circle in a circle, circumference. So Music of the God 360, MTG 360.
Wonderful. Now, does anyone want to tell us? I know that the band is larger. Besides the dancer, there are some other musicians that make up MTG 360. How about we hear from Adrian?
Sure, yeah. We got Derek McGlynn. He's a saxophone player. He plays flute. What is else?
Shout
What
out
else?
to
He
Derek.
plays everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, tenor and soprano.
Tenor, yeah. We need
He's
him
very
to bring the
opinionated.
baritone
Oh, sorry.
out. Yeah, and Derek's somewhere in Palm Springs right now. He's driving.
Yeah, he's
so.
got a gig. So.
Yeah. Hey to Derek. And
Hey to Derek.
Hey, Derek.
Yes.
Hey.
We were actually really excited to have, if we wanted to have him here so that he would play flute
Oh, he's beautiful.
with us while we were playing this today, but then he had a paying gig, so
Yeah.
you know
He had to go. He
gotta
had to
go.
go. He
Had
had
to
to
go.
go. I understand that. I'm
no.
sorry. I just wanted to open up the phone lines again.
okay.
Callers, you
All right.
can call in. We have about 2 minutes if you want to call in. And I know we had a few callers earlier during the music, so it's not an on hold kind of thing. You have to call in when the phone lines open. So if you want to call back, call on back. If not, let's talk a little bit more about MTG.
How did we come?
How did you guys all come
Yeah.
together?
Well, I know as far as I'm concerned, Daryl
That's David
spoke to
speaking.
me. Oh yeah, David Boykins. Daryl came to me a few years ago actually, and he was like, "Man, I got this idea." And just because of all the things that you do, talking about me, saying because I do camera work with reality TV. I do directing of short films and of stage plays. I actually have a play that's going out to Selma, Alabama in March. Martin Duty Calls that I directed. Just had a performance this past weekend of it in LA. So I've been doing a lot of different things, and I do lighting and stuff. So Daryl was like, man, I want you to be a part of this thing, and I know you do spoken word. And I'm like, cool, I'm down. And so he called me, and when I came in, I saw all these other artists, and I was like, this is fantastic. So yeah, I was here.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I met Daryl through Fritz Wise. Hi, Fritz.
Drummer. Hey, Fritz.
Wonderful drummer. And he heard me at a jam session. We got to know each other, and he knew that Daryl needed a vocalist who can do some spiritual type jazz. And he thought that I would fit, and I hope I fit. I really like
Absolutely
it.
do.
You do.
Really
You
happy to
do.
be
Perfect fit. And I met Adrian. Adrian and I met through
We were playing big band music. We were playing some Glenn Miller stuff and wanted to get the heck out of that.
And sometimes we also incorporate the pianist when and wherever possible to expand the orchestral effect of what we're doing, and want to get into exploring some strings as well. Matter of fact, early before